kids. And we love our country. Now, if you thought this was a partisan political rally, you are in the wrong place. This is not a Democrat versus Republican issue. And this is not a left versus right issue. It's about right versus wrong. Both major political parties are to blame. Let me be clear. Both major political parties are to blame. Our national debt doubled under President Bush. And it won't be too long before it doubles again and again. We should have had this rally 20 years ago. We should have had this rally 15 years ago. We should have had it 5 years ago, and we should have had it last year. Now, there's a Chinese proverb that states that the best time to have planted a tree was 20 years ago. And the second best time to plant a tree is right now. Well, the second best time to have a rally about government overspending is right now. We've created our massive and bloated federal government, a government that will run a $1.8 trillion deficit this year. Did you know that in 2001, our entire federal budget was $1.9 trillion? Our budget has doubled in 9 years. Keep in mind that baby boomers are just beginning to retire, so as the boomers retire and pay less in taxes and start drawing Social Security and Medicare, I'm afraid that we have not seen anything yet. I'm a pretty average guy, so I have to always remind myself what a trillion of anything is. So let's see. 1,000 times 1,000 is a million, and 1,000 times a million is a billion, and 1,000 times a billion is a trillion. And that is a lot of money. To put that into perspective, our state of Arkansas just approved a $4.5 billion budget. In March, the federal deficit, just last month, the federal deficit was $194 billion. That's 43 times our annual Arkansas budget in just 1 month. So our government, federal government, borrowed 43 times our state budget in just 1 month. We're all here because we're upset about the massive runaway spending by our federal government. We're upset with our national debt, now over $35,000 for every man, woman, and child. And I appreciate the kids coming out. Got bad news, you owe me $35,000, and it's growing with interest every day. We're tired of bailouts, and we're tired of rewarding failure. We're tired of our government trying to solve everything, and always with huge amounts of money and bureaucracy. We're tired of everything being too big to fail. We're tired of our government promoting irresponsible behavior. Is government all bad? Of course not. Is a government that has a national debt of $11 trillion and growing by billions every day with no one inside a big problem? Yes, it is. This beautiful building over there, built in 1911, our old post office. That's a great example of some of the good that our government does. Our government can and does do great good in the world every day. We're all proud of our country, and we're proud that it's good and decent. That's not our issue. The problem is, as citizens and voters, we never tell it no. So like the parents of a spoiled child, we have reaped what we have sown. We have a gigantic spoiled brat in our hands, always demanding more and more and more. Now, I don't like the bailouts, and I don't think many people here like them. I love the irony of a bankrupt institution with phony books, well, that would be our federal government, telling businesses and individuals about responsibility. Now our new budget is calling for more of the same, a 25% increase in spending. And I don't think you can blame our new president. He's just doing the same thing that our old president did and many presidents before. The problem goes back a long way, folks. So, but at least our politicians have a great sense of humor. Did you folks know that the president's new budget is entitled in part, and I'm not kidding here, a new era of responsibility. We need to say enough is enough. How many of you tried to contact our U.S. Senators, Mark Pryor and Blanche Lincoln?
They don't even email you back.
You know, voters from home really do matter, folks. So what can you do? Well, let me tell you what I did recently. I found out at the last minute that the state of Arkansas was going to tax milk and dairy products. You'd think that taxing milk would be pretty low on the list, wouldn't you? Well, I found out that tax would probably cost me about $18,000 per year. Now, I don't know about you folks, but $18,000 per year is a lot of money to me. I got mad, and then I got involved. I asked people to call the governor and asked him to veto the bill. On that day, 734 people called Governor Beebe, and that was the day that the milk tax died. So everybody loves email, right?
Yes.
We love to write a great, passionate email. We love to hit send. Well, guess what? It's pretty easy to delete at the other end, too. I emailed our senators quite a few times during the great stimulus debate. You know, the $800 billion bill that not a single senator read.
Yeah.
Well, I never heard anything from Senator Pryor and Senator Lincoln. Now, I take that back. I did hear from Senator Lincoln. She started said to be spam, but never answered my question. So my suggestion to you is to ignore email. You need to make the phone call. Be civil and persistent, and make sure that your elected officials know that you vote and you're from Arkansas. And we need to be happy warriors. Being bitter and rude is not the way to get people on your side. We must be pleasant, happy, friendly, and very persistent. Most of all, thank you very much for coming out. This is an unbelievable crowd, and I appreciate everybody's willingness to get involved. Thank you.